How is everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? It's a warm Wednesday. It's 91 degrees. And after this live stream, I'm going to go outside and get a run in, get some sun. You know what I'm saying? Get some heat. It's going to be nice. But don't worry, I'm making sure that I'm getting hydrated, making sure that I'm prepared. Give me one sec. I'm about to plug up my phone into this charger real quick. One sec. Well, hold on one second, everybody. All right. But yes, it is Wednesday, June 19th. And man, I feel like I got too many things to do at once. There's always too much to do. It's crazy how that always works. But we got a couple of things to go over. So, well, first, yesterday I was on Indisputable with Sharon Reed. It was a fun show. That was a fun show. And then Monday I was on Indisputable with Dr. Richie. And then Friday I'm going to be on the Power Panel, TYT Hour 2. So check me out there. If you will be around, check me out for Hour 2. Annie, what's going on? How you doing today? Annie, Scott Lakeside Dragon, Fritza Queen Fritza. Thank you so much for 9 months of membership. Thank you so much for everything that you've ever done. Support, assistance, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. And I hope y'all feeling good today. It's nice and hot, man. It's hot everywhere. We're gonna take a look. Matter of fact, that'll probably be good for us to start out with when we check things out. We're gonna look at a heat map of the heat wave that's going on. Because, like I said, after this, I'm gonna go outside and get a run in. I'm a little crazy, so I personally like running in the heat. You just got to make sure that you're well hydrated for it and don't overdo it. If your body's starting to tell you, "Hey, man, fuck you," listen. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you have your water. Hassan, what's going on, brother? It's good to see you. We got Mike Boy, Vincent, Stoned Assassin, Donald James. Thank you so much for 8 months of membership. Thank you for being here. You said you're feeling very titillated. Titillated. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, it's mid 70s in Seattle. And you know what's the crazy thing too is it's not even the hottest part of Jolie's. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Happy Juneteenth to you and happy Juneteenth to everybody else. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's not even like the hottest part of the year. I think the first day of summer is tomorrow. The first official day of summer, I'm pretty sure is tomorrow. And usually, it gets it's still, it'll be hotter in July, in August. It's still hot in September. It stays hot late now. But yeah, July and August, ooh, those are the real months right there. But let's check out this heat map. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, it's hot. It's 90 degrees. It's 90 plus degrees. And again, summer ain't even really, well, I guess it's here now, technically tomorrow. But yeah, it's hot. Hurricane season about to be a rough one. But yeah, let's look at this. I mean, everybody knows that it's hot, so we don't really need to go over all of these words. But let's look at this. So we got the vulnerable to extreme heat. Uh, Look at this. Hold up. Is it frozen? No, I don't think it was. Days above 100 degrees currently. In 30. Okay, so this is days above 100 degrees in the last 30 years. So that we got Alabama 60. Well, 37, 34. So all these days and more this type of data is going to be important because man, it gets hotter every year. Oh, Vincent, you in Denver. That sounds nice. I still haven't been to Colorado, but I really, really want to go. And I know that it's going to be a place I'll visit probably quite a bit. So this is 2023. I mean 2053 over here. Let's see. We got the middle of the US is projected to see a rise in days with heat index temperatures above 125 degrees. Damn. So this is over the next 30 years. So yeah, that's taking a quick look at these. What's this? The whole damn state. I mean, the whole damn country is ablaze. All right, let's move on. Let's go ahead and move on. But yeah, no, my actually Colorado is one of my parents' favorite place to visit. They still go quite often when they vacation. But they never brought me along with them to Colorado, which I can't blame them. You know, part of the reason why you go on vacation as parents is to get away from the kids. You know what I mean? So I can't really blame them for not wanting to bring me along. But now we're adults, you know. I'm not a kid now, so I'm gonna have to get on them about that. Be like, hey, next time y'all go to Colorado, maybe bring me along, but maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. But yeah, no, 125. That's crazy. Okay, what we got now? What we got? All right, looks like we got a little bit of hypocrisy with JD Vance. It looks like we got just a little bit of that. Brett Baer confronts JD Vance with brutal past criticisms of Trump.
You know, Senator, this is an evolution, and I know you've been asked about this before, about past comments that you've made about Donald Trump. You've said, I'm a never Trump guy, never liked him, terrible candidate, idiot if you voted for him, might be America's Hitler, might be a cynical a-hole, cultural heroine, noxious, and
Damn. I'm a never Trump guy, never liked him, terrible candidate, idiot if you voted for him. But now I guess, you know, things didn't change. My man's hit a 180.
reprehensible. Those are things that the left is going to come after you, and they're probably going to be put in ads should you be chosen as the VP pick. How do you deal with them now?
Yeah, well, I think the simple answer is you've got to respect the American people enough to just level with them. Look, I was wrong about Donald Trump. I didn't think he was going to be a good president, Brett. He was a great
I have bad judgment. That's not really a very good way to address that. I mean, you know, sure, people can be wrong, but that wrong, you know, if you're a fully grown adult and you make these comments about somebody, might be America's Hitler. You're an idiot if you voted for him. I never liked the guy. You know, you say that type of stuff, and then oh, it turns out I was just totally wrong about this person. That's not a very good indication that your judgment is sound for you to be that wrong about somebody. You know, you can't really address this properly. Republicans don't care, but I guess this is a good line of questioning, though. If he's in the line for VP, he's gonna have to answer this. And I guess his tone and temperament is solid, but it's still not really a good answer. But perhaps the best answer he could give.
president, and it's one of the reasons why I'm working so hard to make sure he gets a second term. I think you should. When you're wrong about something, you should change your mind and be honest with people about that fact. And I actually think, again, whether this is running as his running mate or running and supporting him as a United States senator, Brett, I think it actually presents a real opportunity to talk to the American people, because a lot of people didn't think Trump was going to be a good president, and a lot of people were happy to be proven wrong. And I think it.
And again, it's like the battle of the narratives, because if Trump was such a great president, then he wouldn't have lost to Joe Biden in 2020. Because, I mean, obviously, right now, Joe Biden is more unpopular than he was at the time at 2020. But he's never really been like a huge standout celebrity with the people, you know. I mean, if you've been paying attention to politics, you probably have noticed Joe Biden, especially when he was vice president to Barack Obama. But again, usually incumbents win re-election. That's usually how it goes. So you're pretty unpopular if you don't win your re-election bid, and that's what happened to Trump.
Presents an opportunity for me to make the case to the American people that
Oh, we got Christine in the building. How you doing today? I hope you are doing lovely on this wonderful Wednesday.
look, we have two very different sets of results. 4 years of Joe Biden, 4 years of Donald Trump. We know the Trump record is one of success. The Biden record is one of failure. I came around to Donald Trump, and I think that a lot of Americans will do the exact same thing.
No, that's not gonna happen. It's just gonna be, you know, both Trump and Biden are not, but they're just not popular. So it's not, people aren't gonna wake up and be like, oh, you know what? I love me some Donald Trump now. They're just not gonna show up to the polls. Trump's base obviously will show up to the polls, and Biden's base will show up to the polls, and it'll come down to the independents and the swing voters, which is pretty normal. I mean, that's normally how it goes. All right, so now we got Netanyahu, right? No, he's legitimately like crazy. I mean, obviously, I'm not even talking about like his violence and stuff like that and his megalomaniacal approach. He's delusional. Like he is completely delusional. I saw this earlier, and it's like he's talking as if Israel isn't completely dependent on the United States. Like we just have to send, like he just has to get this from us.
Blinken was recently here in Israel. We had a when Secretary Blinken was recently here in Israel, we had a candid conversation. I said I deeply appreciated the support the U.S. has given Israel from the beginning of the war. But I also said something else. I said it's inconceivable that in the past few months, the administration has been withholding weapons and ammunition to Israel. Israel, America's closest ally, fighting for its life, fighting against Iran and our other common enemies. Secretary Blinken assured,
like, again, for him to say, thanks for the help, but it's inconceivable that you haven't been giving us more weapons recently. I mean, Israel has gotten many a weapon from us, and it's not even just that. Obviously, it's the continued funding that they get with through American tax dollars. So for him to sit here and talk like he's entitled to this, obviously, is a reflection of the fact that we just do and do and do for him. The Biden administration hasn't really effectively fought back against him more than wagging their finger. But like this dude is just fully delusional. And if the United States decides to pull the plug on Israel in any type of considerable way, the Israeli people will blame Netanyahu for that. Rightfully so. It'll be his fault. You cut off our funding. You cut off, and that's not going to totally happen. Like it's not like America's going to be like, no more money for you. But going forward, any type of consequence that Israel has to face as a state is going to be blamed on Netanyahu. So it's for him to be sitting here saying this, he's really just kind of asking and begging to be defunded. But, will that happen? Probably not.
me that the administration is working day and night to remove these bottlenecks. I certainly hope that's the case. It should be the case. During World War II, Churchill told the United States.
And again, like you keep bringing up World War II, but this, it's just that's not what this is. And Netanyahu is somebody who has basically given the world over, the perception that he just wants, and maybe World War III, but if you could scale it down a bit, he's just a madman. He just wants war. He just wants righteous vindication. That's it. And he's trying to save his own ass as much as he can. But this was, I mean, like how out of touch do you have to be to, so I saw this earlier and I was like, this dude he's insane. Like you can't work with him. All right, let's see what's up. We got a couple of things left. We got Charlie Kirk, but we'll save that for a sec. All right, so apparently Vivek Ramaswamy's bootlicking of Donald Trump is paying off. Maybe he's going to be in the administration. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Trump raves about Vivek Ramaswamy at Wisconsin rally. He's going to be with us in some form. What position do you think Ramaswamy would have?
But you know him so much, all of a sudden they say he's a smart guy, and he's a very smart guy. Vivek Ramaswamy. Thank you, Vivek. He's done a great job, actually. If I gave it to Vivek to do, I think he'd pull it off, right? He'd pull it off.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't think Vivek would really care what position he got and would it really matter. I mean, I don't know a ton about his business ventures, but from what I've heard, I mean, he just kind of ripped people off in some ways or something. Like he got a lot of startup money and shit. I mean, again, I can't really comment too much about that, but I don't think he really would care what position he got because I know he has a podcast and he seems to kind of be going down that route. And how much work would he actually do? Especially, hold on, what was it? Who was he talking to? What who was it that he was talking to who said that they wouldn't vote for him because he's Indian? I can't remember who that was. Do y'all remember who that was? It's not important, but that was a couple of weeks ago, I believe. All right, so okay, we got some of Roger Stone, but first we got Trump saying that Biden's going to do cocaine before the debate. And it's hilarious to watch both the Biden and the Trump camp call each other old because they're both old. And then sometimes Trump will be like, Biden's age isn't the problem, it's his incompetency because he's only like a couple years younger than him. So, you know, we can't cross that thin line, you know what I'm saying? Uh, but we'll see what's up here. But yeah, no, both of these guys would definitely be on some cocaine. I mean, and two, like I said, is that really that bad of a thing? I mean, maybe coke is a bit extreme, but realistically, people take stimulants because they're helpful and useful. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really, opioids are usually more for like painkillers, but like if you're just if you just generally have a lot of work to do, and politicians do, even if you're on a campaign trail, I mean, people take stimulants. Like if you drink coffee, you take stimulants. But I don't know. I just don't really think it's that big of a deal that somebody would take some Adderall or some shit before a debate. Like I don't really think that's a problem. But it is kind of funny.
So it was just a few moments ago at this rally in Wisconsin. He made an outrageous claim that Biden will use cocaine at the debate.
Joe Biden doesn't have a clue. Now we're going to watch. Is anybody going to watch the debate? He's going to be so pumped up. He's going to be pumped up. You know all that stuff that was missing about a month ago from the White House? What happened? Somebody didn't pick up hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cocaine. I wonder who that could have been. I don't know. Actually, I think it was Joe.
Like both of these guys take stimulants. You know what I'm saying? Like both Trump and Biden. And what was it like? Alka-Seltzer or some shit? I don't think it was Alka-Seltzer. Some type of like Sudafed. It was Sudafed that they say that Trump likes. It was some type of old Sudafed that had like a upper effect to it that he liked to take, and that's what he likes. Yeah, no, I mean, people take stimulants because people got work to do and shit, or it's not uncommon. All right, we got Roger Stone. Let's listen to Roger Stone talk about. Hold on, let's see. Well, no, I think in the White House there was some cocaine found, but I mean, like, I don't. It was like a little bag or something. But I just don't really. I don't think that. Like, I don't think that like Biden or anybody in that position would do coke. You feel me? Like, coke is a bit much. You feel me? Like they would probably just take Ritalin or Adderall or something like that. I mean, shit, I'm on Ritalin right now. I take Ritalin almost every day. Um, I'm prescribed it. It's perfectly legal. You know what I'm saying? So Roger Stone spells out Trump's plans to challenge 2024 loss in secretly recorded audio. To the surprise of no one, but let's go ahead and listen and see what they got to say. You said the pills they use to make shaker bottle meth? All right, let's see what's up.
I know you tell that. Unlike some other people. I'm going to send this to Joe Biden. Anybody could be our co-speaker.
Coke doesn't they wouldn't have nobody coked up for a debate. Coke doesn't last long enough. You might be on that stage for like an hour or more. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like take a quick little break, like, oh, I got the sniffles. That's what's going on. It's not the Coke.
Do you mind taking a photo with me, Mr. Stone?
Sure.
You're in a position to know more than anybody else. How are you feeling about the election?
Too early to say.
Biden can't win again.
No, but it can be stolen again.
We're in a whole. But there's got to be something we can do to prevent that.
We're working on this, but I'm not saying that I'm totally confident yet because I'm not. By the way, in 2020, only 65% of evangelical Christians bothered to vote. So when you tell people, "Oh, we're doing great," then this happens. I don't have.
Only 65% of the that is a hell of a strong voting block. When it's low, it's only 65%, because that's a high percentage of any group of people. You know, if you get 65% of the black vote, of registered black voters, 65% of anything is pretty hefty. So easily they're some of the most loyal and devoted voters in the entire country for that to be a low.
I don't have to worry about voting. That's our biggest. Overconfidence is one of our giant problems right now among our own people.
But so, what are we going to do to stop it now? Thank you.
I'll tell you the same thing I told her. We're working on it.
Well,
Lawyers, judges, technology.
Governors,
Some, but there aren't many letting go.
we got to use every lever we can.
We are doing that. All right.
You're
nice
doing
to
the Lord's work.
Thank you.
She said, "You're doing the Lord's work. You're doing the Lord's work by trying to end democracy and steal the election." Because of course that's what God would want.
I genuinely think you're pleasure to meet you.
Such an important election here.
Yes, but between now and then, we're going to work very hard and very smart to try to make sure that doesn't happen. And so far, given the incredible power they have and they will use ruthlessly, we're beating them as of today. So in the end, I would be the president's trial in Georgia's falling apart. I think the judges are on the verge of dismissing the charges against him.
Ariola, hello, welcome. Thank you for blessing us with your presence today.
Florida. They're delayed in New York City, and they're now delayed in Washington. So it's not clear that they can have a trial before the election, which is the absolute key to being able to convince people that the reason we lost was because of the trial. Right now, if they steal it, people say, "Well, that's not possible."
So again, the notion is that if Trump loses, it's stolen. Period. The end. That's it.
He's leading in all the polls. They want to try him, suck up his money, suck up his time, and create a reason why their death is plausible, believable. You see?
What stops them from just like voter fraud? Like
They in some states it'll be easier to stop them, in other places it won't. But at least this time, when they do it, you have a lawyer and a judge whose phone number standing by so you can stop it. We made no preparation.
These people are so cartoonish. Like how, like there's no subtlety or modesty to any of this. And I'm not particularly the most modest person in the world, but again, like it's like, bro, this is insane. Like these people just do this out in the open, and it's like whatever.
None.
well, I was at the Capitol, so I'm prepared to go back.
Well, that may not be necessary. There are technical and legal steps that we have to take to try to have a more honest election. We're not there yet, but there are things that can be done. It's a long conversation. I'm working with changes in state law, real-time, borderless monitoring, going to court as we just
Like, what is their clear-cut goal other than just domination? Like, other than that, what's their goal? Because so much of their agenda just doesn't make sense.
did to challenge some of the voters. The election's not tomorrow. We went into court to sue in Michigan over behavioral ballots, which we sued in half a dozen places. And then we're finally now on an offensive footing. Remember, the Republican National Committee raised $200 million and they didn't spend any of it to try to get cleaner elections. Oh, look at what happened last time. We now finally have control of our mechanism. Don't be discouraged.
So
We're
we're going to
going to
spend,
win.
the RNC is going to spend more money now than ours.
Far more.
Do you want to get a picture?
I'll bring it
Can I get a
up.
picture?
Sure.
Well, there you go. Again, we just talk about these types of things. Oh, Scott, thank you so much for stopping by. You have a fantastic day as well, brother. Thank you so much. But yeah, no, again, we just discuss these things openly now. Because what difference does it make? It's the culture. It's what's cool. It's where it's at. It's what's happening. This is what it's all about now. Okay. Now we got this is just funny because Charlie Kirk is funny to me. But here we go. We got Charlie Kirk about to have him a white boy summer. these people they're just provocateurs, obviously, because people will talk about it. It's just funny. Like I don't really have much to say about this. I just you know what I'm saying? Well, yes, Donald, exactly. That's their plan. But that's what I mean. Like, other than just like domination and subjugating people, like there doesn't really seem to be much else of a goal. Because it's like even if you succeed with that, then what? Like now what? We still have all these issues that subjugating and domineering people won't fix. But unfortunately, they don't seem to care about that. But it's all good. But yeah, no, this is just funny to me right here. Hot girl summer, he about to have him a white boy summer. He say, shit, if the city girls can do their thing, why can I not do my thing? And this is a free country, so I can't even really hate on you. You know what I'm saying? Right. White boy summer. But I guess the reason this is worth mentioning is because, they're white nationalists. Oh, he grew out a beard for this event. My man's grew out the whiskers. He ain't fucking around no more. He gonna have him a hot white boy summer with no Bud Light. Ain't gonna be no Bud Light nowhere to be found. Ain't shit but Guinness and tequila shots over here. What are they throwing? Look at how they're looking at them. They're like, yeah. Okay. So these are middle-aged people right here. These women look like they're, 40s, 50s, maybe 60s, somewhere in that age group. And they're kind of looking like, yeah, I guess this is what the kids are doing these days. Throw that shit. Throw them. Oh, they throwing hats. They throwing hats. He grew out the whiskers. That might work out for Charlie. You know what I'm saying? That might be a better look for him to have the whiskers going. Throw it like a frisbee. Throw it like a frisbee. This is kind of boring. Like they're just throwing stuff, but there's no hype man. They need a hype man or something. There need to be somebody in the background, like talking about some shit. Like why doesn't Charlie have a mic right now? And there's a person peeking out like, is it working? Somebody, no, they probably thinking the same thing. Like, can somebody grab a mic and start talking? That'll piss off the libs. That'll piss them off. Hello, little cat. Thank you for stopping by. Pleasure to have you here. Oh man. Hey, that could have been more fun. Somebody just needed to be on the microphone, to host. You got to do a better job with the hosting. All right, so as I'm sure you all have seen, um, and we covered this on Indisputable on Monday, that the Maryland governor is about to pardon what 175,000. I think it was 175,000 people convicted on marijuana charges.
Told me, they said when this bridge collapsed, he goes, this is going to be a test for Governor Moore because people think he's going to be presidential material. And if he can get this done quickly, this would be a great launching pad for him. So far, you're doing it. And that's why people are floating your name as a possible President Biden replacement. Should the wheels come?
No one is doing that. No one is floating his name for a possible replace. Biden's not going to be replaced. That's not how things work. It's not happening. Now, might he have a future in the Democratic Party? Well, clearly he does. Might he have a chance to become president sometime in the next couple of decades, sometime within the next 20, 30? Sure, but no one is like, oh, maybe we should get this guy. Like, that's not actually happening, you see.
Come off come the August convention. Your reaction?
I'm full-throated in my support of President Biden because I know so much of the momentum that we've been able to see in the state of Maryland. You know, when I was first inaugurated, we were 43rd in unemployment. Now we have
Exactly. 2028 and beyond, yes, but like it's just not really plausible to just shuffle him in there. Like it's too late for that. Like he didn't. That's not going to happen. But 2028 further, yeah, absolutely.
Amongst the lowest unemployment rates in the entire country, that we've been able to slash the homicide rates and the violent crime rates in the state of Maryland, where Baltimore now is the fastest drop of homicide.
And I wouldn't even want to do that if I was in his position. I'm like, nah, if I'm going to run for president, I'd rather, actually run a full campaign, because then if you're not able to run a full campaign, then I mean, it would be a bad way for him to launch himself into the national stage, or rather, it would be a bad way to launch a campaign to just like, oh, just throw him in there. Like, no.
Size of almost any major American city in this country. We've done it because we've moved bipartisan. We've done it because we've moved and built bridges. We've done it in partnership with the Biden administration, and I'm excited for another 4 years to have a chance to work with President Biden.
What about if your name was offered as a possible replacement?
Yeah, man, why? This is not going to happen. And I think he just answered that question like, come on, bro, I don't really want to. Right now I'm where I'm at. I want to see this through. I want to keep building my resume. That's where he is.
Should there something happen at the convention, how would you feel about that? Do you think you're ready?
No.
I think that President Biden is not just the nominee. President Biden is the best candidate for the president.
No, he's not ready. Of course he isn't ready. He's in the middle of he's in the middle of being governor right now. He has, no, he's not ready to just all of a sudden jump in the presidential race. All right. Now we got a couple of things right here. Let's see. Oh man. Okay, I gotta subscribe to read this article, which we're not doing. So this last one comes out of Florida, right? This one comes out of Florida. Let's see what happened. Florida woman labeled world's dumbest criminal after calling the cops on herself. Hey, maybe I don't know what happened, but maybe she had a conscience. Maybe she was like, I was wrong for this, but I doubt it. I doubt it. What happened?
Morning. A woman is now facing trespassing charges after Lee County deputies say she tried to steal a car from a dealership parking lot, and then she made this 911 call.
Because I'm trying to steal a car that's not legally mine. So y'all got to come make a report. I'm reporting this.
Over the weekend. Yep. Deputies say 37-year-old Chrissy Turman told them she was training in a game of black ops to steal a car.
Okay, she was high. She's high on something. Clearly, she's out of her mind. Because that, I mean, come on. I don't know what that was, but drugs for sure of some kind. All right, let's see. All right, so Christy Turner, she said, she said it too. She said, I'm in the middle of stealing this shit. I was practicing for Call of Duty Black Ops. She said, trying, we heard her say that. She trying to steal a car that's not legally mine. Once the cops arrived at Val Ward Cadillac in Fort Myers and spoke with Turman, she explained why she told them. Apparently, she was participating in a game of Black Ops to steal a car and hoped that revealing her plans to police before she acted on them would make stealing the car legal. Yeah, no, yeah, this is doesn't make any sense at all. This is like your brain on drugs type of stuff. Because what? I'm in the middle of stealing a car, but if I let y'all know, then that's gonna nullify the illegality. It's gonna nullify all the shit. Yeah, she doing her thing. A door of an Audi A5 has been left open on the court. Police have since confirmed. However, there was no evidence of any vehicles being stolen. Police arrived at the scene before the 37-year-old could successfully steal the vehicle, meaning they weren't able to charge her with theft. They did, however, charge Turman with trespassing. Oh well, look, she got her charge knocked down. She was about to steal it, but then she was like, I'll probably get in a little more trouble than I need for this. And she was cool with you know what I'm saying? Exactly. This is definitely some Rick James shit. She was like, I can deal with the trespassing stuff, but the theft, that may be a little much for where I'm at right now. She trying to turn her life around. So, one step at a time. Back in September, one dispatcher was left confused when someone called to say that a pilot had landed in their back garden after ejecting from their aircraft. While the pilot, what is this? This seems to be something totally different now. What? Oh, I guess they were like, while we're at it, we'll throw in some other crazy shit from Florida. Before you leave, here's some other crazy shit that happened. Like a man landed and parachuted into my backyard. But yeah, no, that sounds like she struggles with drug abuse. Maybe she's delusional, maybe she's schizophrenic, but that just didn't make any sense, like usually when people steal cars, it's because they're trying to make money in some type of way. It's usually that's why people do it. But this just was totally incoherent. This didn't make any sense. So my guess is that she struggles with drugs and that she's delusional. She suffers from delusions. But yes, right, exactly. I wish that was true. I mean, like, I wish we could do that. Like, just be like, look, I'm stealing some shit, but because I let you know, it's not theft anymore. So voila. But no, thank y'all for joining me today. It was a shorter stream. I was on Indisputable yesterday and Monday. That's why I didn't stream here. But I'm also gonna be on the power panel from 7 to 8:30 on Friday. So catch me on Friday on TYT. I'll probably stream tomorrow as well here. I'm currently putting together our next mental health episode. We're going to be looking at kind of how people viewed and dealt with mental illness in ancient times. So thousands of years ago up until like 17, 1800s. It'll be an introduction because there's so much stuff to talk about, like, whether that be depression, mania, epilepsy, stuff like that, or hysteria. For a long time, hysteria was just like the go-to diagnosis for women for everything. Like if she's epileptic, it's hysteria. If she has an opinion of her own, she has hysteria. If she likes to have sex, it's hysteria. If she doesn't like to have sex, it's hysteria. Like no matter what, you feel me? So it'll be interesting. And then people had this theory that the uterus just wandered around the body and caused problems. Just the wandering uterus. I'm with uterus just wandering around women's bodies, fucking with them. Like fuck this bitch. I'm a float up to her heart and just cause her problems. It was all types of weird theories about shit. But basically, anytime a man was displeased with something a woman did, she has hysteria. So yeah, it'll be a fun one. It will be a fun one. Oh, awesome, Annie. Congratulations. Congratulations on the endorsement. And two, I'll be excited for when you get your channel going. We definitely gonna have to stay in contact about that. But yeah, our next mental health discussion will be interesting because it'll be an introduction to all of that stuff. So y'all have a fantastic rest of the day. I'm about to go get a run in. I'm gonna get a run in the sun, and it is hot. It is hot. So let me go get my sweat on.